Imagine waking up one day beside your supposed husband, and then a woman walks in with 5 children and says she was married to this man before you. They are still legally married and not divorced. Isho Kabi. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you what a background check is, why you should be running a background check on your boyfriend or fiance, and how to actually run a background check, especially if you live in Nigeria. If that's something you like to learn or something you're interested in, then keep watching. Hey Queen, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Uchichi Cynthia and I am a dating and relationship coach for single ladies. But if you're not new here, then welcome back. First of all, let me give you a little story. A client of mine, was getting married in let's say she was getting married in 2 months. And then she was working with me. Of course, I'm sharing this story with her permission. She was working with me to heal from a past breakup. She had not really gotten over her ex. So she was working with me to achieve that. All right. So one of the days while we're talking, I just casually mentioned, okay, so this man you want to get married to, did you run a background check on him? And she was like, huh? She paused for a while and was like, huh? What do you mean? And I explained to her what it is and why she should run it and how to actually run the background check. And she did that. Guess what she found? Her supposed fiance was already married with kids. That's what she found out. He was married in the same country with kids, still legally married, not even separated from the wife. Okay, that's how important background checks are. All right, so let's jump right into it. What is a background check? A background check is a low-key investigation to confirm if this man is legit. Okay, what do I mean by legit? It is just to check if what he says or what he has said about himself is true. And background checks are not new. They've been happening for years. In Nigeria, it is more common with companies. When companies want to hire staff, they run background checks on those staff. Or when families want to hire nannies, they run background checks on these people. So why are you not running background checks on the man you want to spend the rest of your life with? As part of the Igbo marriage conditions or tradition, there's something called Ijuese, meaning to ask questions. You can also call it a background check. Okay? And in some parts of Igbo land, you cannot get married until that part is done. Until this Ijuese the process is completed, you cannot marry the said man or woman. Okay? I see a lot of ladies make that mistake where they just bamboozle through a relationship, believe whatever they tell them, believe whatever the man tells them, and then falls in love and then gets married, and then later you start discovering different things that are deal breakers. I'm not saying you should not trust your partner. I'm saying yes, you trust this man, but you also need to double check things. About 90% of ladies who are dating or are in relationships don't believe in background checks. Some say, oh, it's not necessary. Others say it is a waste of time and effort, while others don't even know what it is and why they should be using it. Sometimes when I ask ladies about this thing, they'll tell me, Uche, if you're serious with a man and you love the man, you should take his word. So the first question is, when should I run a background check? Some ladies, before they even go on a date with a man, they run a background check. For ladies who are security conscious and who do not just want to fall for a time waster or someone they know they cannot have a future with, they run a background check before they even go on a date. To some people, that's a whole lot of work. So what I usually advise my clients is you should run a background check when you're serious with this person and when the relationship is already moving towards marriage. That's when you should run a background check to avoid wasting your time and effort and all of that. So before you get married or when your relationship is moving towards marriage, that's when you should run a background check. And the next question is, why should I run a background check? Because marriage is one of the biggest decisions you will ever make in your life, a background check is very important. So if you don't get certain things right, it is going to affect you. To avoid surprises in the future, let me go back to the Idrese I spoke about earlier, and let me give you a little background on what it is and how it is done. The Igbo tribe in Nigeria have this long-standing marriage tradition called Idrese. When you and your partner make your intention known to your families, both families will launch an investigation. This investigation is called Idrese. Part of it is called Idrese, where they will send spies in quotes, to your village. Like the man's family will send spies to your village. Your own family is also going to send spies to his own village, where they will check certain things like generational causes, if there's any particular bad omen in the family, if there are peculiar illnesses that runs in the family, if there's any family history of if infertility, or if there are any known fertility issues that run in the family. They'll also check if you are a freeborn or an outcast. You know this Osu thing? Yes, in some parts of Igbo land, the Osu thing is still a thing. That is what this Idrese inquiry is all about. It is a background check, all right? And if they discover anything the family considers to be a deal breaker, and that marriage process is automatically over. But then, if you and the guy decide that, oh, you want to still go on with this marriage, the family will tell you, see, we have washed our hands. Anything you see in front, please carry it on your head, only you. Okay. That is why background checks are very important. Because this current dating scene, a lot of people have skeletons in their cupboard and they will never tell you. And then when you finally discover, they'll tell you, I didn't want to lose you. You know, for example, that you are medically unfit to have children. Medically unfit to have children. And you don't tell your partner. And then 3 years later, this person discovers and you say, oh, I didn't want to lose you. Explain to me how. That's why these background checks are very important, so that you don't get surprises in the future. The next question now is, how do I run a background check? Now, for those of you who live in countries where you have comprehensive and up-to-date list of residents online, it's easier. You can just go online and get the information you need. There are a lot of background websites for background checks. If you are in countries, like I said, that have up-to-date lists, you can check for things on this website. His address, to check how many times he has changed, where he says he actually lives in, where he says he lives. Yes, you're also going to check if he has different addresses registered under his name. You're also going to check his marital status, his divorce history, his social media profiles, his online dating profiles too. All of this you can find online in countries where you have comprehensive lists of these things. You can even also check his financial records and history. But if you live in a country where you cannot find these things, these kinds of information online, like in my beloved country, then you also need to open your ears and listen to these tips. I'm going to give you a few ways you can also run background check. The first thing you can do is to Google them. Yes, put in their full names into the Google search box and run a search. I know it may not give you complete information on this person, but at least you will see a few digital trails. If there are any of his social media handles you're not aware of, you're going to find them. The second way is the mutual friends search. Yes, and that's exactly how my client found out that the man she was with is actually married, because she went on Facebook and then found one of his mutual friends. She had a mutual friend with him she didn't know about, And then one thing led to another, and then she went to his profile and found her fiance's wedding pictures from years ago. Are you understanding this drama? She found out that, okay, this mutual friend was actually one of the groomsmen at the man's wedding from years ago, and he already had pictures there from so many years ago. She went down. She didn't even ask this person, this mutual friend, any question. She just went to his profile and went to his pictures and went down and found wedding pictures. That was when she started doing her own investigations. All right, so mutual friends search. I know these things are going to give you sketchy information, but it could also give you a picture. The third way you can run a search is to go through his church, his mosque, or any of the religious societies he belonged to. You can talk to them, make your intentions known, and just ask a few questions, all right? Just to be on the safe side, all right? To get all the information you need, to equip you with the information you need. The fourth way you can run a background check in countries where this information are not readily available online is to go through his alumni. If he attended a school and he tells you he attended this school, he should be part of his alumni association. Yes. If he's part of them, beautiful. You can go through there, find out old classmates, and talk to them. There's also something called his employment check, where you can talk to a few of his colleagues, all right, and ask them questions, any questions you have about the person you are with, or about the person you want to get married to. A few things before I round up. I know some of you would want to ask me, oh, Uche, should I let him know I am running a background check? My answer is yes. If he has nothing to hide, then he will allow you to go through with it. But if he has something fishy going on, or if he has skeletons in his cupboard, you will know. Some people, they do it without even telling him. But for me, I would say, tell him that, oh, excuse me, I want to run a background check. I hope it's okay by you. And then watch his reaction. If he's kicking against it, then something is wrong. But if he has nothing to hide, then he will let you do it. There's also a clause to that one. Some smooth criminals, I'm going to call them criminals, will tell you to go ahead and then move to cover their tracks. So if you find yourself in that situation, then buy my book. Buy my book, The Man's Handbook, where you can identify a time waster and smooth criminals like this. It will open your eyes to so many things. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was helpful. Please give me your feedback below. And like I said before, if you have any further questions, do not hesitate to send me an email or send me a DM. All right, I'll be so glad to help. I'll be so glad to clarify things. I'll be so glad to even work with you. All right, don't forget to like this video and comment. And if you're still not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.